I call this meeting of the Subdivision and Development Appeal Board to order. My name is Peter Moreland Giraldo. For the record, I'm the chair for this hearing. All questions and comments shall be directed to the panel. The board members will now reintroduce themselves for the record, starting with my left.
Andre Gianandrea, Vice Chair.
Sorry, can you use the mic, please?
Good morning. Andre Gianandrea, Vice Chair and Board Member.
Darlene Jen, Board Member.
Today's proceedings are to reopen the hearing for application number PL 2022-0286, which is a development permit for a proposed duplex with 2 accessory units. Madam Clerk, are there any additions, deletions, or changes to the agenda as provided?
No, there are not.
I move the board to adopt the agenda as circulated. All in favor? Motion carried unanimously. Madam Clerk, are there any additions, deletions, or changes to the minutes of appeal hearing number PL 2022-0286?
No, there are not.
I move the board to approve the minutes of the appeal hearing heard on June 23rd as circulated. All in favor? Motion carries unanimously. I'll ask the development officer to briefly reintroduce the appeal for the record before moving on to the merits of our decision.
Thank you, Chair. My name is Eric Bjorgi. I'm a planning technician with the Planning and Development Department, and this appeal is for file number PL 2022-0286, 634 7th Street. The application is for a proposed duplex with 2 accessory units.
Thank you very much. At the conclusion of the June 23rd hearing, we indicated that the board needed to consult with legal counsel regarding a jurisdiction issue. We have received that legal opinion, and the opinion is that we do have jurisdiction to hear and decide on this matter. So we will we'll proceed with deciding the merits of this application. And beyond that, there's no need for comment, I don't believe, from the parties. Though if you would like to make further comment, we'll provide a brief opportunity to do so now. Mr. Cook or Mr. Cito? We're having some technical issues with the Zoom, so please bear with us for a moment.
I'm just going to read out your message there, Vince, so the board knows what you're asking. So they're saying we're just requesting Apologies. We're just requesting clarification on what was stated as the audio was segmented. Apologies for that. We understand that the SDAB has determined that they have jurisdiction. Has a decision been made regarding the DP, or will it now be deliberated on?
Thank you. Yes. So to clarify, we have determined that we have jurisdiction to proceed. We are going to proceed. Decision has not been made. We're going to deliberate and issue a decision in the coming days.
Thanks very much, and apologies for the audio not being clear and for us not being able to hear you. Thanks for your patience.
No need for apologies from your end. Thank you for bearing with us. We appreciate it.
Vincent, I'm not sure if they can hear us at all still.
We can hear you.
I don't believe they can. I'm just going to send them a note here.
Okay, thank you. I'm not sure if you have any questions, but I guess it's just a decision that we're waiting for now.
So Vince has said we do not have any further comment at this time. We will wait for the decision from the SDAB.
Oh, sounds like they can hear us now.
Yeah, if that's the case, we don't have any further comment. I guess we're just waiting for the decision. So thank you very much for the time.
Thank you very much for being here. We have had a request from the board to ask further questions of town administration. Sorry, we have had a request from the board to ask further questions of town administration. So I'm going to provide the board an opportunity to ask questions. If you have any questions or comments following those questions, we'll give you an opportunity to speak to those. And then we'll conclude the hearing and deliberate this morning to make that decision. All right, go ahead, Ms. Jane.
Are we all good? All right. I just have one quick question for you, which is, and we discussed this briefly at the previous hearing, is what kind of professional reports would satisfy some of the concerns that we heard as it related to, the impact of the development to the integrity of the retaining wall and possible redirection of water that may impact adjacent properties?
Thank you for the question. Through the chair, we have had a chance to discuss this with our engineering department, and our suggestion for this, for a potential condition of approval would be to use the wording of a qualified professional to the satisfaction of the municipal engineer, which would give our engineering department the chance to work with the applicant to decide what professional would be best suited to address those concerns.
Thank you.
Did you catch that, Mr. Cook and Mr. Cito?
I don't know if perhaps it would be possible to have the clerk maybe just send a follow-up email following the meeting, just kind of with the important points here and any responses to the questions that the board was asking the town.
Is that something that we can do, Madam Clerk?
I can do that. I'll rewatch the video and type out what was said.
Thank you very much. Essentially, the question was regarding what kind of reports would satisfy the concerns about potential damage to the retaining wall and potential impact on the underlying waterway. And the response was to include a condition to have a qualified professional provide a report to the satisfaction of the municipal engineer. Do you have any concerns or comments on that?
Not at this time.
Okay, thank you very much. Do you have any procedural concerns, Mr. Cook or Mr. Cito, regarding the hearing that haven't already been raised? Issues of bias or notice or the procedure?
None for me.
Mr. Cito, any concerns?
None for me either.
All right, thank you.
Besides the fact that we only caught about 50% of the conversations, we apologize.
No, we will make sure that we send you. We will make sure that we send you a summary so that you're up to speed. At this time, the hearing is now concluded. In accordance with the provincial legislation, the MGA, the board is required to hand down its decision within 15 days from today's date. No decision is binding until the board issues a written decision. I move now for the board to adjourn today's meeting of the SDAB. Those in favor? Motion carried unanimously. Thank you so much for your time, Mr. Cito and Mr. Cook. We appreciate it, and thank you for bearing with us through our technical difficulties and our consult with legal counsel. We'll get this decision out as soon as possible, but certainly within the next 15 days.